Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another exciting edition of Sports for Less Daily Update. And we'll be checking out some interesting updates about our human football, specifically about the Super Falcons and Falconets, with some latest surrounding our very own Super Eagles. Before I proceed with the details of all the stories coming up, if you're new on this platform, quickly let's do it together. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Show love to this video by liking and sharing to other social media platforms. My name still remains Solomon Sante, your only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports, your only Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports, with a Nigerian name, the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. Please, let's drop our decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. I'll also be giving out some shoutouts under this video. More straightforward. Let's get into the video and start from our women football. Starting from is the camp of our very own Super Falcons, with the latest WAFCON tournament scheduled to take place in Morocco from the 17th of March to the 3rd of April 2026. There is a stunning late twist that Morocco has withdrawn from hosting this WAFCON tournament and South Africa has stepped in to host this 2026 WAFCON tournament. This was confirmed by the Deputy Sports Minister for South Africa, Madam Bertha Peace Mabe, confirming that South Africa will be hosting this 2026 WAFCON tournament, with other reports suggest that if it is that South Africa going to host this WAFCON tournament, then they will need some adequate time for preparation for the 2026 WAFCON tournament, and there might also be some shifts in the period and duration of South Africa hosting the 2026 WAFCON tournament. This time around, we don't have any official confirmation coming in from the Confederation of African Football, same as the Moroccan Football Federation. But as it is tentatively, South Africa will be hosting the 2026 WAFCON tournament. Let me authenticate it with how Madam Bertha Peace Mabe confirmed it last 3 days in South Africa, as they hosting the 2026 WAFCON tournament. Tonight, I would like to announce that South Africa will be hosting the 2026 WAFCON, which we all know is a qualifying tournament for the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil. We took an opportunity because we feel that we have the necessary infrastructure to support hosting the WAFCON. When Morocco said they will not be able to host the WAFCON, South Africa said yes, we are able to host it. This is the latest coming in from the Deputy Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture for South Africa, Madam Bertha Peace Mabe, confirming South Africa hosting the 2026 WAFCON tournament. This is going to serve as a qualification to the 2027 World Cup in terms of women aspects in Brazil from the 24th of June 2027 to the 25th of July 2027. This is the latest coming in. And let me just add this one up. The groups still remain the 16 countries grouped in 4 groups with 4 countries each. Let me quickly go through the groups for you. In Group A, we have Morocco, Algeria, Senegal, and Kenya. Group B, South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Tanzania. Group C, Nigeria, Zambia, Egypt, Malawi. And Group D, Ghana, Cameroon, Mali, and Cape Verde. We don't know whether if there is official communique, Morocco will be penalized or not, but with previous happenings, things are not going in that direction of they being penalized. That is the latest surrounding the WAFCON tournament. Away from the camp of our very own Super Falcons, let's talk about our very own Super Falconets, Nigerian national under-20 girls. God willing, on Saturday, the 7th of February 2026, it will be Nigerian national under-20 girls versus Senegal national under-20 girls at the MKO Abiola Sports Complex in Abeokuta. Initially, this match was supposed to take place at the Lekan Salami Sports Stadium in Ibadan, but CAF is not impressed with the surface of the turf, and they've now moved it to the MKO Abiola Sports Complex in Abeokuta. So this is the latest change. The match will not take place at Ibadan, but rather at Abeokuta. That is the latest surrounding our Super Falconets of Nigeria. This is the last round of qualification to the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, which is scheduled to take place in Poland from the 5th to the 27th of September 2026. It's a double header between Nigeria National Under-20 girls, the Super Falconets, and Senegal National Under-20 girls. Whatever it is, we'll keep you updated on this platform, so just keep it logged. Away from women football, let's talk about the latest surrounding the Super Eagles, Nigerian Football Federation, and some former players of the Super Eagles. Let me start with a former midfielder of the Super Eagles, Sylvanus Okpola. He has spoken at length, and this time around, he has blasted the former NFF chairman, talking of Mr. Amaju Pinnick, for supporting Eric Sekuchel as a head coach of the Super Eagles. This is a great admirer, and also is a long-time advocate of indigenous coaches handling the various Nigerian national teams, specifically about our very own Super Eagles, and he has never been in support of the decision as Eric Sekuchel being the head coach of the Super Eagles. With the positivities that we've learned from Eric Sekuchel regime as the head coach of the Super Eagles, he says that this can't overshadow his call for what he called a misplaced policy direction from the Nigerian Football Federation, and is still lobbying for the indigenous coaches just holding the offices or being the coaches of the various national teams. Amaju Pinnick recently stated that per the performances of Eric Sekuchel as the head coach of the Super Eagles, we have to give him the nod to continue as the head coach of the Super Eagles. And even if you are going in for local coaches, if you are coming, just prove to be reliable. At least just take some of the local clubs to the continental showpiece and perform to the maximum satisfaction of Nigerians. That is where we can recommend you coaching the various national teams of Nigeria, specifically or especially our very own Super Eagles. Let's check out the West as Mr. Sylvanus Okpola blasting Amaju Pinnick in that subtle way. He started with these words: "All I can say is that it's Nigerian coaches that will solve the Super Eagles problem. I have been saying it for maybe 5 years now." He proceeded, "I read again where someone said that if you want to coach the national team, you must have taken a club side to the continent and won the CAF Champions League." And he ended up with these words: "I started thinking, if that is a yardstick for coaching the Super Eagles, Eric Chelle is from Mali. So how many teams did he coach in Mali that won the CAF Champions League?" These are the exact words coming in from the former midfielder of the Super Eagles, Mr. Sylvanus Okpola. I don't know whether you resonate with his words or not. That is it as his opinion concerning Eric Sekuchel coaching the Super Eagles and blasting former boss of the Nigerian Football Federation, Mr. Amaju Pinnick. Away from that, let's talk about this player that I've once spoken about on this platform, being lured by our very own Eric Sekuchel and deputy captain of the Super Eagles, Moses Simon. I told you that this player has been given the mandate by Moses Simon to be convinced in order to dish that of the Italian national team to that of our very own Super Eagles. And this time around, our deputy captain, Moses Simon, has spoken about Lucas Koleesho. And this time around, Moses Simon is very confident that this player will commit his international future to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, despite his current status as Italy national under-21 player. According to Moses Simon, we really need this player, and it depends on what Eric Sekuchel will say, same as what the player will say. Let's give a background check of who Lucas Koleesho is. I've spoken about him about 5 days ago on this platform, and this is a vivid description of Lucas. Lucas was born on the 15th of September 2004. So currently, he is 21 years of age. Predominantly, he plays as a right winger. He can also play as a left winger, same as an attacking midfielder. Lucas has played 4 games across all competitions this season for FC Paris in the French Ligue 1. He has scored only 1 goal and is yet to assist for his club side, FC Paris. And according to the latest and statistics that I have with me, this is a player who is on loan from Burnley just terminating his loan deal contract with Espanyol in the Spanish La Liga. So from Spain, he moved on to the Championship, and from Championship now to the French League 1. So that is brief about who Lucas is. And when you talk about how he originated from Nigeria and the possibility of playing for our Super Eagles, his father is a Nigerian. His mother is an Italian-Canadian. He is eligible to feature for Nigeria, same as Canada and the United States of America, because he was raised in the United States of America, same as Italy. These are the 4 countries that Lucas can play for: Nigeria, Italy, Canada, and the United States of America. Among all these 4 countries, he has played for at least one of the national teams. Talking of the United States of America national teams, talking of Canada national teams, and Italy national team. Currently, he is a player for their under-21. So that is brief about who Lucas Colecho is, if he's able to dish Italy for that of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. These are the exact words of Moses Simon, as he is very confident that this player will by all means play for the Super Eagles, because he has seen him up close, same as personal in training, and he feels he's a very good addition into the Super Eagles team. Let's quickly check out the words of the deputy captain of our very own Super Eagles. As he stated, he started with these words about Lucas. I just feel that he will play for Nigeria. I don't know why I am this confident, but maybe because he is a quality player and we always want them around. These are the first words of our very own deputy captain, Moses Simon. He ended up with these words, but you know the final decision comes from him and also the coach. Talking of Lucas and Eric Sequechel, as to whether he'll be invited by Eric Sequechel or as to whether the player is very ready to represent that of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But if any of them seek my opinion, I will say do it now, because he is such a very good player with a high ceiling to grow more. The exact words of Moses Simon. He is there. He has been given the mandate to convince this player. And according to him, if Eric Sequechel asks him that is he ready to play for Nigeria and is he a good player, what he can say outright is that he's a good player and he's a good addition into the Super Eagles team. If the player also asks him that indeed, can I play for Nigeria, looking at the caliber of players in the Super Eagles team, he will just say you are a good addition into the team and you need you around. These are the exact words coming from our very own deputy captain, Moses Simon. Let's see how things will transpire. As to how it is, I will keep you updated on this platform. I'll end here with my presentation, as I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. The next support is for our very own Super Falconets of Nigeria. Let's give them the morale. Let's give them the maximum support. We know they can do it to the next Under-20 Women's World Cup in Poland, scheduled to take place from the 5th to the 27th of September 2026. Let me give special shout out to compliment the efforts of some cherished viewers under my previous post. Special shout out to Miracle Nlebe, I do appreciate your support. And special shout out to my very boss, Ola Enyugba, I do appreciate your support. God richly bless you. Abdul Salam Olabi, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Ola Bode Benga, I do appreciate your support. Ola Bade and Felix Absalom Umar, Felix Umar, I do appreciate your support. Okechuku Daniel, I do appreciate your support. David Bangura, I do appreciate your support, boss. Jelly, I do appreciate your support. And to Yaya Abdullahi Musa, I do appreciate your support. Baba Jide Olu Shola, I do appreciate your support. Pastor Obina, I do appreciate your support. Mesa Peter Osai, I salute you, boss. Special shout out to Tai Stim, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Aloye Mayuwa, I do appreciate your support. And to my cherished viewer, Everestos Obi, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Adresiru 2 versus 2 and to other commenters, Ezekiel, Edward, and to other commenters. God richly bless us all. Subsequently, I'll add some shoutouts from my previous posts. Simas, under this post, I'll be giving you some special shoutouts. Let's meet in the next one. It's still Go Super Falconets. Go Nigeria. It's bye-bye for now.